Kala La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors unto the elders who rule well and taught me this truth. Salutations to the Yakim on the highways and hedges, furthering this truth and sincerity indeed. To the Aquath who support us and stay surrounded by this truth. To the scattered of Yahshua across the four corners of the earth, a stumbling block to those outside of this ministry. This is Counselor Dawad, the real brother beloved, and this is only for the elect.
Only for the elect.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
He caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
We will finally complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system.
Say cheese.
Why'd you take my mommy's fingerprints?
Good question. To make sure somebody isn't pretending to be your mom and to help keep you and your family safe.
What the fuck?
Bullshit!
In an effort to bring every last person into the system, so to speak, governments, globalist forces, and the United Nations want to make sure that every human being on the planet has a government-issued identification card, complete with biometric data. Indeed, the recently approved UN Sustainable Development Goals, also known as Agenda 2030, explicitly calls for providing legal identity and birth registration for all.
Yeah, we at the end of this thing though, man. We at the end of this thing. This thing is building up, you know? Keep your eyes on the news, keep your eyes on the prophecies.
Meanwhile, hopes to abolish cash and move toward a cashless global society in which every transaction can be tracked.
Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
To think something so small could control you.
And everything you do. When your life and all you love are on the line.
The RFID chip is always with you, threatening your privacy, causing severe risk to your health and personal safety. and killing you if you do not obey rogue government demands.
Because I want to increase my risk of cancer.
Because I want to live in a cash-free society.
Because now, the government is looking out for us.
Because I have the mark of the beast. But it doesn't have me.
Ask your doctor how to get your chip implanted today.
But first, news from Agenda 2030. Goal 16.9 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Agenda 2030 states by 2030, provide legal identity for all, including birth registration. The World Bank launched the Identification for Development, ID4D, program in 2014, a year before the Agenda 21 initiative was revised into Agenda 2030. The World Bank says an estimated 1.5 billion people in the world are unable to prove their identity. The program claims its objective is to make sure that no one is denied basic services or their rights due to lack of official ID. The UN's Refugee Arm, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, has been using biometrics in registering and verifying the identities of refugees, in accordance with UNHCR's policy on biometrics in refugee registration and verification. 2010, the agency recommends using biometrics as a routine part of its identity management. On all fronts, the biometrics mandate is being instituted, and in a matter of time the practices of fingerprinting, retinal scanning, facial recognition, even as far as DNA databasing will be enforced. I'm Danilo Ashabal. Good night.